Hello, today I will be talking to you and providing you some strategies to use in the classroom to target the Generation C students. And the Generation C students are your connected generation. Generation C students stay connected through social networking and different apps like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. They stay connected with their phones, tablets, computers, any way they find to stay connected to the outside world or in their groups. How many times have you been in a family gathering and you see a swarm of kids? They're in a group, they're together, but yet they're all on their phones. And we tend to think, like, why stay together if you're not even talking to each other? But they are. They're connecting and they're social networking with each other using their devices. Here's some data that provides this. Generation C, it's a mindset. It's not an age group. The age group ranges between 2 years of age all the way to 65 plus, and it targets a group of individuals, anybody that has access to a smartphone. Generation C is a powerful new force in the consumer culture because there are people who care deeply about creation, curation, connection, and being part of the community. It's not an age group, it's an attitude and a mindset. And there's 8 characteristics that define the Generation C students. They strive for expression. Uh, it's a different state of mind. They are test makers. They are social networkers. YouTube is their form of entertainment. They are constantly connected, and there's a sense of finding relevance and being original. Generation C is a state of mind. 80% of millennials make up Generation C. And but Generation C is more than an age group. It's a mindset. And the mindset comes from being creative, um, being connected, and being part of a community. Generation C strives for expression. They like to express their ideas, their thoughts, their they fuel their culture and their world with photos, videos, memes, mashups. And they love the idea of expressing their ideas using social network as a tool to express. General C is constantly connected. They eat, sleep, breathe the internet. Um, and across all devices, whether they're on their iPhone or their tablets, they're connected. Um, Literally, 91% of the Generation C sleeps next to a smartphone. And I know myself, guilty of that. Generation C values relevance and being original, which I think is very interesting. They do like the idea of learning and the learning being relevant and the learning being original. So it's important to keep that in mind when we're teaching those Generation C students. Finding relevance. Um, Generation C defines the social networking. They um, they update their profiles constantly, and they look at others to see if they updated anything. So, or they retweet or they share ideas or mindsets. Here's a quick picture that I found that I thought is very relevant. It's a typical father-daughter scene, and he asks her how her day was. And she said, "You can read about it in my blog, Dad," as if she has already updated her what was important to her that day. Digital creates, content creators connect, co-creation, and customize. Here's a quick picture that shows that even though you may be in the outside, they find some kind of connection to people using social networking or apps or applications. And they're curious. Um, an interesting thing about teaching Generation C students is using what's out there already. Don't reinvent the wheel. There's tons of resources. Use the apps, use the websites to find relevance and originality in your teaching. So search for what's out there. And the most important is let them discover. This idea of self-discovery and adventuring and pose a problem and have them find a solution using the apps or using resources that are out there on the internet. So keep that in mind. Let them discover. And constant conversations. Generation C students like to stay connected and have conversations. They like to see what's out there, what someone else is thinking. So use that to your advantage. Google, um, even through music, Facebook, Twitter, use what's out there to have those conversations with your students. And Generation C students, they have this swarm behavior. They like to stay in groups. They like to belong to a group setting that has this, that shares the same ideas or the same thoughts. So keep that in mind. This is perfect timing for collaborative learning and self-discovery. Some of the words that stick out there are being different, being showing progress, being flexible, uh, engage. They love to be in a peer setting where they can talk and share. So use those opportunities to make your teaching a little bit better. Here's a quick picture. Is my daughter with her friend. She had a sleepover. And even though they're together, they were connected to other friends using their phones. The other picture is a group. It's a picture of my friend. Those are her parents. And it just goes to show you that Generation C is a mindset, it's not an age group. It's this whole idea of staying connected. Here's a list of my references, and I hope you enjoy my presentation.